A warm welcome to Joburg Today. I'm Zizi Pondebu. The World of Dogs and Cats exhibition celebrated their 20th WODAC this past weekend. Many Joburgers took the chance to check out some animals and they scored some free toys for their furry friends.
This is the 20th year of the World of Dogs and Cats exposition, and it's their biggest ever. There's a plethora of fun, food, and cute animals. My favorite are the cats, but there's enough for everybody.
I come pretty much every year. I've been part of animals my whole life, so I come every year just to see what's what.
With a full day of pet events in both arenas, those that came for entertainment were not disappointed. There were dog shows, pony rides, agility competitions, and just about every type of pet you could think of.
I loved the shows, seeing the obedience show, and that was good,
Specifically, the dog shows. I think everybody comes to watch the dogs. They're very clever.
We've seen the dog show. The dog show was quite nice.
The WODAC is about everything pet related, and this year they had over 175 exhibitors and over 20,000 attendees, making it the perfect place for entrepreneurs to exhibit and spread the word. The WODAC also aims to further education about pets, so that means other animals than our beloved dogs. There was a hall of cats, a hall of reptiles, and a budgie exhibit. All of these attractions serve to educate people about the breeds, needs, and ownerships of their respective pets.
We just recently got 2 kittens. So we wanted to see treats and toys and what we could get for them.
There's lots of animals and you can stroke them and play with them.
20 welfare organizations were also on exhibit at the WODAC, spreading the word about animal adoption, rescue, and what you can do to help.
We are called Woodrock Animal Rescue. We're a registered non-profit organisation. We are for awareness. We have to raise funds as well, obviously, from a funding point of view, but mainly for awareness.
I think it raises awareness to see all the different rescue organizations that are out there and to just make people aware that breeders aren't always the best thing. Adoption is maybe a bit better. There's so many stray dogs as it is. Why make more?
Brings together all people that have a common purpose, which is the goodwill of animals. So from that point of view, it's a good forum.
I'm Samuel Gebhardt for Joburg Today.
Hi, my name is Gemma and you're watching Joburg Today.
Join the conversation on our Facebook page, that's joburgtoday.tv. Follow us on Twitter at Joburg Today. And if you're one of those people on the move, then pockettv.mobi. That's pocket with an I. Keeping dogs and cats is one thing, but there are many other factors to consider when looking for the perfect home. And keeping horses in a city like Joburg takes house hunting to another level.
Kyalami and fast cars are for many synonymous, but the Greater Kyalami area is actually one of South Africa's major equestrian hubs. With gated security estates very much part of South Africa's residential landscape nowadays, it should also be no surprise that some horse-loving Johannesburgers are choosing to live here in equestrian estates.
I think that the estates here are very popular and they are growing, and I tell you why. I think that Kyalami, Belu, this particular area in Gauteng has the most horse per capita in the country.
The security issue of a gated estate is definitely something to look forward to. We've got wonderful bridle trails which are relatively safe and gated, so you can actually walk safely with your children, with your horses, with your dogs.
An equestrian estate is an estate offering equestrian facilities. Obviously, they vary between different estates. The size of the stands are also between 5,000 square meters to 15,000 square meters. Some of them offer a central equestrian facility like stables and arenas, but the majority of them do often offer bridle paths of like between 20 and 30 kilometers, and those are secure. I think it's the lifestyle that appeals to people. I think like Belu, you have the benefits of suburban living while living in the country.
Although Belu Country Estate was not originally developed as such, it became a gated estate around 2001, making it one of the oldest equestrian estates in the area.
One of the biggest threats to the equestrian community is densification. And it started in Joburg many years ago. And people had to move out from Sandton and those areas, and they moved here where there was still open space left. So I don't think gated was initially the need. It was the need for space and the need for beautiful open areas. Gated have become a necessity from security more than anything else.
In Baloo, rules organise life around horses.
What we do say is make sure you keep your trails available for people to ride, make sure you keep the gates closed, make sure you slow down for animals. You know, we really ask people to give way to horses. That's, I think, the biggest rule, most important thing for us is let horses have right of way. That is why people live here. That is why your property has so much value.
I love this place because I think the people are nice, and I love going out on a Sunday. You've got the bird sanctuary, the golf course, you meet people walking their dogs, you meet other riders, you meet cyclists.
The Joburg equestrian community is, however, concerned.
I think a lot of us are quite fearful for the future of equestrians in Joburg because we see the densification, we see shopping centres, more roads, more vehicles, more housing going up around us. I think equestrian environments are going to have to move further out of the cities, and that is why we fight so hard to keep this environment like it is. If we can maintain it and keep the wide open spaces, it becomes an asset for the entire city.
The Greater Kyalami area has also been earmarked for infrastructure, commercial and even some industrial developments. Marisa de Klerk, Joburg Today.
Hey, I'm Santi Famark and you're watching Joburg Today.
In today's show, we've seen animals that are loved and taken care of, but there are many who require a helping hand too.
Joburg is a city full of animal lovers, but it's also a city that has problems with animal abuse.
Animal cruelty is defined by the Animal Protection Act in South Africa. So basically where animals' needs aren't being met, such as food and water, shelter, where animals are being mistreated, as in possibly being hit or abused, physical abuse. In the past, people would just see where animals don't have the basic needs met as cruelty. But a lot of people now are starting to recognize the emotional and psychological needs and welfare or well-being of animals.
The Animal Anti-Cruelty League is one of many organizations in our city that works to end the cruelty.
Animal Anti-Cruelty League is an animal welfare organization. We believe that caring is our business. We've taken approximately 150 to 200 animals a month, and they vary between dogs and cats, and we even go so far as to take in chickens, ducks, hamsters, rats. We've had the odd parrot as well. We have a welfare hospital. We aim at the low-income groups, the pensioners and the unemployed. They just don't have the means to afford expensive options like spays and vaccinations. So we subsidise them as far as we can. We have an extensive inspectorate department where they investigate cruelty, they do our property inspections, pre and post home checks, and they also monitor a lot of the film shoots. And the kennels obviously play a huge part in terms of adoptions, taking in unwanted animals, and we encompass the whole of Johannesburg.
I volunteer for the Animal Anti-Cruelty League. There's loads of animals here, dogs and cats, and just give some love to the animals and they give it back 10 times, so which is great.
The Animal Anti-Cruelty League hopes to push across the responsible pet ownership. We have an extensive primary school program where we try to educate people about animal cruelty and responsible pet ownership.
Animal abuse can be identified basically where animals' needs aren't met. If you see an animal not being in a physical condition that you think is appropriate, whether you may be right or wrong about your impression and so forth, doesn't matter. If you feel an animal needs aren't being met, you can contact us and we will go and have a look at it. And 9 out of 10 times you could probably be right, but in the case where the animal's needs are being met, we can at least assure you the animals' needs are being met.
We're currently busy with an outreach project with Cause for Paws, who are a non-profit organisation, and we're going to be having an outreach during July and August to sterilise communities' animals.
As you can see, animal cruelty is a tragedy, but one that not only the AACL and similar organizations, but the entire city can actively prevent. This is Samuel Gebhardt for Joburg Today.
I'm Zondile Ngubeni and you're watching Joburg Today.
That brings us to the end of today's show, but for more on the city, check out our playlist. That's it from me, Zizi Paul. I leave you with Just Ginger, Bright Lights.
Back in ETV.
You can only find the great white light when you're not looking. And you should only look when you're willing to see what's surrounding you, please. Come on, don't look away. It'll all come back to haunt you. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to believe in you. You can't take control again. You can be the change, my friend, when you see through who you are. You can have it all. You can become whole again. You know that's what you need. You know that's what you want. And yet you find another lover, baby. You can wait patiently, and you will see there is love in your heart. Come on, don't look away. It'll all come back to haunt you. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to believe in you. You can take control again. You can be the change, my friend, if you see through who you are. You can have it all. You can become whole again. You know that's what you need. You know that's what you want. You know that's what you are. You can take control again when you see through who you are.